They're going off over there.
They are. This rail car.
There's the barn, kids. Walt Disney himself used to be in that barn. Tinkering and soldering and building and clinking and clanking. Are you going into Walt's barn here?
I'm gonna waltz on into Walt's barn. You know what I'm saying?
This is my favorite thing I've ever seen in the entire world.
Ah, that's so cool. Alright, here they come. They're coming in hot.
Yes!
Welcome, boys and girls, to the Somethin Or Other Tour. Right behind me, that's Walt's barn. Walt as in Walt Disney. This is in Griffith Park, Los Angeles, California. They have Walt's barn that used to be in his backyard, where he used to tinker and play with his toy trains and built a huge backyard railroad. So now it's open one day a month and they got a bunch of cool things to see in there. I'm super excited. I got the shirt. My uncle got it for me like 15 years ago. I never got to wear it. Finally get to wear it. Walt Disney's one of my biggest inspirations, one of my biggest idols. Super juice. Ah, how cool is that? What scale are we talking here? Let's do this.
Welcome. Hi, good. Welcome to the barn. Dude, that's like the gears or the propulsion systems for trains, I would assume. That's part of the other thing.
That's Floyd Norman, Disney legend.
Cock-a-doodle-doo-doo, but the cows and the chickens, they all sound like the dickens when they hear little minis. I have to heard a little cock-a-doodle.
Ward Kimball was the first of the Disney studio crew to have live steam in his backyard. He bought a full-size steam engine in 1937. Ollie Johnston had 1-inch to 1-foot scale live steam in his backyard. And then Walt built a 1 1/2 inch to a foot scale steam engine in his backyard.
Look at this Disneyland train. That train is 5/8 scale. It ran at Disneyland for about 15 years.
This rail car was actually built on the sound stages at the Disney Studios for Walt Disney's Santa Fe and Disneyland Railroad. This is the Combine car. It was car number 101 of the passenger set. It was used for the opening day of Disneyland, and it was used at Disneyland for about 15-20 years until they finally retired it. So we're very fortunate to have it here. The red barrels that you see there actually came to us from Disneyland inside. And the little seats, the original seats, and they're actually school bus seats from the 1950s.
Wow.
We have Ollie Johnston's depot that was for his La Cañada Flint Ridge Railroad.
It's Ollie Johnston's.
Oh, dude. This was from Ollie Johnston's backyard railroad. He was one of the animators, one of the 9 old men from Disney.
It's a train Wonderland.
I know. He's got little lanterns inside.
Walt's freaking barn.
They even got secret speakers, just like Disneyland.
Dude, it's Walt's own personal Hobby Lobby, dude. That's crazy, dude.
I mean, Walt's barn, for crying out loud. Huh? For Pete's sake. There's the barn in his backyard.
There's Walt on the train.
That's so cool.
Like a tunnel.
Walt made sure you never go thirsty. Marceline, Missouri, dude. This is so awesome.
We built the workbenches
Yeah.
by hand.
Dude, Walt built these workbenches. Handcrafted by Uncle Walt himself. Signed by Fess Parker.
That's him. Best part. He's Davy Crockett.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. This is cool, dude. How everything's original.
Yeah.
All his tables. Pencil sharpeners.
Ward Kimball's personal railroad was called Grizzly Flats.
Man, they would make passes for his backyard railroad. You know? Oh.
So obviously Walt Disney and a bunch of the Imagineers and animators loved trains, so they would, on their off time, tinker with their own trains and their own setups, and that's how they hung out, like outside of the office. Walt would just be peering out this window. Because of Walt Disney and Disneyland and the trains at Disneyland, I've always loved trains. It's funny, it's like from them it like splintered and they made all sorts of people into trains and whatnot. There's so much in here, we can't show it all. Can't show it all. It's just packed. Just bursting out of the seams with memorabilia and collectibles and cool stuff. It's honestly like sensory overload. I can't even look at everything.
Yeah, there's such a cool
Model
thing over there.
Is that the mine train? That's the mine train through Nature's Wonderland. Remember I told you as the whole model?
Yeah.
Walt Disney's backyard train was called the Carolwood Pacific. Hence the shirts and stickers. Walt's hat, for Pete's sake. I guess he loved his pork pie hats. Dude, look at the pass. Carolwood Pacific pass. Action figure. Action figures too. Dude, this is from Storybook Land. The part of the village.
That's cool.
Storybook Land is one of my favorites, man.
That's from the original 1956 Storybook Land.
That's awesome.
At the family home, running the train with the barn in the background.
Live and in the flesh. A panel from the monorail.
This is a piece of the original 1959 monorail.
Look at all this stuff, dude. There's so much cool stuff. Casey Jr. train. Yeah. Double-decker bus. From Main Street.
This is where Walt used to hang his overalls when he worked here.
Oh, wow.
And that's just a cut-off piece of broomstick. So right there is where Walt would hang up his overalls when we come out here to work. And there you see him wearing his overalls.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah.
In the Disney studio. And he is examining the English engine that you can see in the center of the room.
I'm Cascade Peak for crying out loud. Cascade Peak right here is one of my favorite things at Disneyland, and they tore it down. If I could go back in time and go on any ride ever at Disneyland, it would be the mine train through Nature's Wonderland, for sure.
It's crazy to talk about.
Oh, even stops.
And this little model, these are the actual trash cans of Frontierland, dude. It's pretty cool.
Rainbow Caverns. tools right here. Here's the switchboard or whatever you call it for his backyard training. I don't know more stuff. The opening day speech, like at the New Orleans Square Station. Alright, that was Walt's Barn here at Griffith Park, Los Angeles, California. California, USA. If you love Disney, Walt, creativity, trains, any of that, you gotta come on down, folks. Got myself a little Suvi shirt, you know? Always gotta get a Suvi. This place is awesome, alright? Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things the cool kids do. Like go to Walt's Barn. Dude, is this guy jamming or what? He's wailing. This guy's making that guitar sing. The guitar.
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, I've seen that guy before on YouTube.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Maybe we watch some of it.
his face totally rings a bell.